Imagine what that album would have done in terms of units sold if Not Like Us was on GNX, if Meet the Grams was on GNX, if 616 in LA was on GNX, if Euphoria was on GNX. You understand what that album would have done? Do you understand what that album would have done? Yo, forget all the bot allegations from when they were talking about it. Imagine the bot allegations if he was to do that. Yo, right here. Right here in the small box. All right, let me go ahead and record this one, bro. Let's go ahead and lock in. Yep. What's good, everybody? How's everyone feeling? Welcome back to the FlexMind Network. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel. Is the GNX album a classic? Yes. Next video. Y'all do know how I start this, right? So let's make it happen. Yo, you, right here in the small box, right here in the small box. Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mind Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian, especially from yesterday or this morning. Yeah. So, first, I want to get this out the way real quick. Shout out to everybody that's been commenting on the last video that I dropped. I'm really trying to set an example here in Canada. So when I saw that video, I was actually very disappointed, but I didn't go in there bashing Underground Nation. I went in there with respect, and I was giving him like a little, like, it was kind of like not harsh, but it was like a hard talking to in a sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that everybody got the same internet. So you got to consider what you're saying as if everybody's watching, and what you were doing in that video was not wise. I wanted to say that and just get that out the way, because I really was trying to, like, yo, stop doing what you're doing. It's not smart. You can't bring that trolling to YouTube like that. It's not a good look. All right, that's out the way. Is it a classic? Yes. All right, look, let's get started. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my videos or when I'm live, like right now. So at this point, let's go ahead and get started, bro.
Album. Okay?
I said, we'll fold that up right now.
We're going to be referencing Apple Music show with Ebro and Low-Key as they...
Tiff, it's my last reaction video from, well, the one I dropped today, earlier.
They debate this topic, and I think it's going to get pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people that watch this channel are going to say absolutely. But then there's also a group of people out there who may not have liked the GNX album as much, that feel like it's too early to tell, or that they just don't like it in general. They didn't.
The album has too many accolades and achievements for it to not be a classic. The album has achieved way too much for it not to be a classic. For people to say it's a classic, then you must have other parameters that you want to see being hit before you can consider it one of them ones. If that's what you're looking for, that's cool. But there's too many achievements this album has achieved for it to not be a classic. That's crazy.
Like the sound, they didn't like the difference in you know, the lyrical stylings that Kendrick put on this album compared to his past work. I think there's gonna be a mixed batch of people as it pertains to this subject. But I think one of the main things that they talked about on this particular show was about, has it been long enough for it to even be considered as a classic, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the footage of Ebro and Low-Key conducting this debate and get into their talking points, all right?
Fry you.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Whatever.
Now, here's the question for the panel.
Okay.
Is GNX a hip-hop classic? We'll start with you, Low.
Is it a hip-hop classic? I don't think it's a hip-hop classic yet. I do think it has the ingredients to be that, but it's too soon for me. I can't call something a classic after a year. That's just not, I can't really do that.
All right,
you feel
Eddie?
What I'm saying?
Yes. That was quick. Yes. I mean,
Yo, he didn't even think about it. Like, yes, next question.
it got all the ingredients. I mean, it's the what's it, like the bookmark of, or it was the end of something, like the
bookend.
It's the bookend of like one of the most triumphant moments in hip hop history. You have like the biggest beef, and we didn't know it was coming out. The album drops in November. We thought that was it. Like Kendrick won, Not Like Us, all these other songs. Right. Boom, we're doing the thing, whatever. Then all of a sudden we get this album, and I remember us being in the group text, like we're having conversations in the group text about this album, like as we're all kind of playing it. Like,
what's good, Diego? What's good, music diva? How y'all doing? Welcome. Happy 1 year.
Yo, he really did that. And you're also talking about like the run Kendrick was on. Kendrick's last album wasn't as well received. Like, Kendrick was what, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, however you want to put it, until we got to miss him around in the Big Steppers. So there was that, like, does Kendrick even still have it? And
the thing about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is that it's still aging. As we all grow, that album gets better. That's the craziest part about that album. As we grow as individuals, literally, it doesn't make sense. It's something on such a heavy psychological level, but it just continues to get better. The more I listen to Die Hard, as an example, it literally gets better. How do you do that? Nah, there's some dark magic behind that album, because it doesn't make sense how it grows and grows and grows like that. That's crazy.
Till he was having that year. So.
Which is fucking crazy, man. We be talking about GNX. I like GNX. But Mr. Morale, I think, is, for some reason, the overlooked capsule in Kendrick's career. It's getting more. It's
overlooked because a lot of people on this planet hasn't grown up yet. Until they grow up, and then they go through that album again, when they feelings get hurt, then they're going to talk and say how good that album is.
Getting more traction, is getting more love as time goes by. I think as people's minds elevate, as the conversation in hip hop continues to elevate to other things, that album becomes more of a centerpiece of conversation. But for me personally, I think Mr. Morale might be the best album in totality out of Kendrick's catalog. That's the side of the spectrum that I sit on.
And I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I see your point, Anthony. Mr. Morale doesn't age better. The people haven't matured yet. There you go. That's just a better way of saying it. Society hasn't matured yet. Society has listened to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers with a young mind. You got to understand, it takes growth, experience, and knowledge to understand that album. If you haven't go through your trials and tribulations yet as a human being, there's some growing that needs to happen, because trust and believe me, that album is amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
What's good, Connor?
You got a couple hits on there, but it's some of the best rapping. It's some of the best concepts. It's some of the best overall songs in terms of songwriting in general. But we're not talking about that. I would put that as a classic, but we'll continue. You know, I just hate when that album comes up and people try to act like it's some sort of, hitch. Like, oh, he stumbled on this album. I'm like, stumbled where? It didn't have as many like hits on it, but musically, that bitch is stomping on everybody's shit.
Everybody was listening to that album while they're still at the party. Just consider that for a second. Everybody's still partying when they were trying to take in that album. They thought they were going to get something like Damn, but on a different level. No. This part of life is called growth. This part of life is called maturing. Taking a page out of The Pursuit of Happiness. One of my favorite movies.
Anyway.
Boom, we get that. Then you get like the West Coast album, and Head, I'm pretty sure you can speak to this better than I can, that a lot of people wanted from Kendrick that we never got. He puts a whole bunch of like emerging West Coast albums on this, gets us some like official West Coast bangers. He still does the Kendrick thing where he gives us like interpersonal songs as well, introspective songs as well. He gives us Dodger Blue, which ends up becoming an anthem for the Dodgers winning the World Series, going back to back and beating Toronto. So yes, to what Lo was saying, theoretically, it's too soon to call something a classic. But sometimes when you know, you know. Like sometimes when you date a girl and you go on the first or second date, you're kind of like, yo, I kind of want to make this girl my girlfriend. Like I just kind of know, and time will tell.
Yo, bro.
But I think GNX is a classic. I don't know what else I would need. Like it's not gonna change for me 5 years from now. I'm gonna think it's less of a good album. It's been a year.
Well, longevity is the only thing I need.
It's been a year, bro.
Now, longevity is what I need.
Too soon to call something a classic?
That's just
too soon is like a month.
I agree with Ebro on that. You know, longevity is definitely a factor. So I understand where Low-Key's coming from. But
that's a point too, because a lot of songs off the album are still played here in a lot of these clubs. They're still playing Squabble Up. If the DJ is good at his job, they know what to do with these songs. You got to consider, maybe a lot of DJs nowadays are not that good. There's a lot of DJs out here that know what to do with these songs. These songs have a place in these playlists, in these sets. When I hear Squabble Up, when I hear, I heard somebody mix Peekaboo, fire. How do you do that? Fire. Okay? There are ways to do it. So when I hear tvoff, when I hear Squabble Up, when I hear Peekaboo, when I hear Hey Now, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. What are we doing?
if an album still sounds in today's landscape, and I think, you know, this is where the elder statesmen and the younger folks clash, and I'm somewhere in the middle. But once upon a time, hip-hop was mostly composed of what the labels allowed you access to. There weren't as many independent artists. There weren't as many labels. There weren't as much. There's 100,000 songs uploaded on streaming platforms per day. Mm-hmm. And I think that stat is as of 2024. Who knows what that statistic is for this year? So you could live with your album for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, if you had to, between your favorite artists, because the music industry and the entertainment didn't move as fast. The tours didn't move as fast. You know, the programming that played on TV also didn't move as fast. So you were able to take 2 years off, come back with your album, and it was all good. And you had a classic. If it stood the test of time between when it was released to the next one, it was considered a classic. And then you continue to listen to that shit for 2 years, 5 years, and then it became a part of your catalog that you just keep coming back to. So I think in today's landscape, if you can release an album in November of 2024 and people are still playing it in November of 2025, then
going into the next year of 2026, you got a classic. Okay? One thing I do say, when it comes to the longevity, it does come down to, are you outside or not? But at the same time, do you still hear it on YouTube to this day from other creators? Yes, you do. Are people still talking about it? Are people still referencing it? Are people still saying, yo, I like the fact that Kendrick capitalized on the win that he had from the beef and dropped this project just randomly. He didn't need no promo, zero promo, raking in a lot of unit sales. That was successful. That's a classic. Too many accolades. When I go over here and we start looking at all the achievements, okay, starting from the top. Number one debut, the album debut at number one on the US Billboard 200 chart. His 5th consecutive chart topping album. Consecutive. That's big. To do that 5 consecutive times, come on, bro. Come on, year after year after year after year after year. Come on, man. Multi-platinum certification. GNX has been certified double platinum, over 2 million album equivalent units sold in the US. It was the fastest rap album of the year to reach gold and platinum status. Highest first week sales. It achieved the highest first week selling album of any rap album of 2024. Chart dominance. All 12 songs from the album debut on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, all top 5 positions held by the songs simultaneously. A feat only achieved by a few artists, including the Beatles, Taylor Swift, and Drake. Do I need to continue? Do I need to say any more? Do you understand how hard it is in today's climate to achieve something at that level? It's a classic. You just got to sit down and admit it. It's a classic. But here's the problem now. A lot of people that are saying it's not a classic, all suffer from the same, I wouldn't say disease, or maybe it's just like I'd say it's like what's it called? A disorder. They all suffer from the same disorder of recency bias, where whatever that is recently happened or happening is what they consider, oh yeah, this is amazing, this is great, forgetting what has already been done. For example, when it comes to Michael Jackson's legacy, to be fair, a lot of people weren't alive, but if you haven't heard about Michael Jackson in your life, especially in 2025, there's something going on there, but that's a whole other point. All I'm saying is recency bias is a very strong disorder. It's tough. It's tough to overcome. It's not easy, but it exists.
You have a very strong case of a classic on your hands, because how many people have released music in the past 2 years that you consistently come back to? Right? All that hype around Future and Metro Boomin's album last year, We Don't Trust You. How many people are still listening to that album today?
I mean, there's like 1 or 2 songs off of the whole album, but like that. But think about it. Metro Boomin and Future dropped what, 3 projects in 2024, if I'm correct? Or yeah, I think they dropped, was it 3? Or was it this year? Because We Don't Trust You was 2024. We're in 2025 right now. When did they drop all those projects? Because it's like, We Don't Trust You, We Still Don't Trust You, and then there was another Future project after those 2. Was it this year? You see what's going on with recency bias?
Might turn on like that to hear Kendrick's verse, but are you playing that album? How many of y'all were playing that album front to back the week after it dropped? The album, right? And you could put any artist that's dropped in there in that same category. I think the people who have the strongest case for a 2025 classic, you're going to have Kendrick Lamar, GNX, Clips, Let God Sort Them Out. Mm-hmm. Because I see people that also put that in the instant classic category, which I actually agree with as well.
Yo, Noah, don't kill me.
From the production, subject matter, the way they sound, the legacy of the Clips and them getting back to their roots, gaining new fans. Kendrick Lamar, same thing, gaining new fans. My wife was not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. She might have bumped GNX more than I did this year. You get what I'm saying?
That matters.
So that's also a thing, is I wouldn't say a rebrand, but a reinvention that Kendrick undertook on this album, and still gave you glimpses of who he was in years past. He still gave you Reincarnated, something that you're going to have to think about. Still gave you Man at the Garden, something that you're going to have to think about. Stuff that's still being quoted. Y'all want to talk about people that make bars that are Instagram captions?
Mm-hmm.
I Deserve It All became the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? So
a lot of people, a lot of men and women were using a lot of bars off of Man at the Garden. I Deserve It All. I mean, look at LeBron when he was rapping that shit on his Instagram story. This man always holding his phone, always rapping to his phone, talking about yeah, this, that, yeah, I deserve it all. Yes, that's LeBron. Come on, what are we doing?
I don't understand.
What's
You wanna
good,
talk
Queen?
Chart success. It had the chart
What's
success.
good, Inara?
It had the hits. It had damn near 12 songs in the fucking top 20.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he delivered all of this without utilizing the cultural cachet of the diss records that came out last year. He completely discarded those records. And of course, he performed Not Like Us. But for the most part, those records are a capsule in time that he's not revisiting. And he could have, just imagine what the album would have done with Not Like.
Yo, just think about that for a second. Imagine what that album would have done in terms of units sold if Not Like Us was on GNX, if Meet the Grams was on GNX, if 616 in LA was on GNX, if Euphoria was on GNX. You understand what that album would have done? Do you understand what that album would have done? Yo, forget all the bot allegations from when they were talking about it. Imagine the bot allegations if he was to do that. Let me tell you something. Yo, it would break streaming platforms. All the DSPs would be shut down because of all the traffic brought in from this one album. That's what that album would have done. Jesus God. Yo, what's good, J-Tom? How y'all feeling, bruh? Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Yeah, we can have a Discord conversation on this album. We can definitely have a Discord call on this, bruh. I feel like that's necessary for today specifically. Just like have y'all on a Discord call and we just talk about the album just straight. You know, listen to some songs, talk about it. I feel like we can do that.
Like Us on there, with Euphoria on there. He could have fucking put out a whole diss album. That's what a lot of folks would have requested. When the album first came out, you know, the first thing I did when I heard it, I came to social media. I said, yo, did Kendrick just drop his version of Machiavelli on niggas?
That's a good
I
point.
still feel like that's exactly what it is. It's that against all odds moment. It's that fuck you niggas, I'm on your fucking top.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This what y'all been looking for. Y'all been wanting Kendrick to pop out and show niggas. Well, I'm gonna give you an album of popping out and showing niggas what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think this good? Y'all got this good kid, Mad City shit fucked up. I'm pressing lines. So yeah, I don't see any issue with putting it in the category. I'm gonna let them get back to it.
No,
A
too
weekend.
soon is like a week, which niggas do all the
All the time. But by the way, and I've done it, where I've listened to something and in context what it means when it drops and the impact that it makes, the production value, the song structure, the content, all of that shit plays into it. And when you have an album like this that is conceptually fire, drops at like Eddie articulated as a bookend to a phenomenal battle moment, event, has tremendous success. It has 9 Grammy nominations.
Spawned a tour.
The tour is historic.
The highest grossing rap tour, bro. Come on. And it's not even done. Actually, let me add to that, because if I'm correct, the number that they got to, the revenue that they got to, I don't think they counted for some of the concerts that was in was it South America? I don't think they counted for the South American leg, if I'm correct. They only counted everything from North America from the tour. So there's still more numbers that they got to consider to be part of the revenue. On top of that, you still have Australia and New Zealand. Those tour dates, those are coming up. You got to consider those too. This is crazy.
The fuck are we talking about? This is a classic.
The biggest tour in hip hop history, not just a massive tour. It's the biggest.
Yeah.
We're not overlooking that. We're not sidestepping that. We're not glossing over it. It is the
Exactly,
biggest.
Tiff.
And it was gonna be the biggest. You know, some people are gonna say, "Oh, he used SZA." Oh man, fuck out of here. Much love and respect to SZA. It's amazing that he included her in that moment. She was not needed. It was gonna do the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful because he delivered on something, as Punch came out and said that they were already talking about doing before any of this shit even took place. So it's like, yo, you wanna go out and do the stadium shit? Let's go crazy. He could have easily said, you know what, this is my moment. I'ma soak in it. He said, nah, we this is what we've been planning.
What's good, LC?
You know, but again, that shit was still gonna go up. Fuck you niggas thought.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't take nothing away from this GNX era. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody who feels like the music doesn't speak to them in the same way of other Kendrick albums, I can understand that. I can respect that take. You know what I mean? But does that change that it's a classic? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be a classic for you. There's a lot of classic albums that people don't like. Some people don't like Ready to Die.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't like Me Against the World by Tupac.
Top about it.
It's different factors. Some people don't like the production. Some people don't like the subject matter. Some people don't like some of the cringy lines that Biggie may have said. Some homoerotic shit he said on there. It was a lot of it. You know what I mean? But it's still a classic album.
Mm-hmm.
Do I go back and listen to motherfucking the Slim Shady LP at my big age? No. Is it considered a hip hop classic? Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's also some generalities that we make when it comes to music that your personal opinion ain't gonna change as well.
Like, why are we even making this hard?
All right.
I ain't even know DJ Head was in that motherfucker.
I mean, that's
I remember when Illmatic came out, and Miss Info gave it 5 mics.
As long as you're not saying Nostradamus.
okay.
Classic. There wasn't no debate about like, boom, song fire, 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 lyrics fire,
Right.
Nas is fire, fire. Like, why are we making this hard?
We're not making it hard.
No, you are.
I'm not making it hard.
I don't know. It's been short.
I don't know. First off, that's not how I sound. For one. Second, all the fuck I said. No, shut the fuck up. Did I say it was whack? Did I say it was whack? Anybody?
No, give it up, right? Y'all
fuck that.
You on
No.
some East Coast shit now because Head is here. You trying to set
So we're not gonna fucking do that.
Because
I don't need
I
no.
came to you first because I was like, look, you gonna bring it home.
I don't know if he's gonna go to South Africa and Asia. Hey, if he turns the GNX tour into a world tour, yo, it's over. It's over. Doing a show in South Africa, we already know the one stadium in South Africa that you can do a show at, and that's at Johannesburg. If I'm correct, because Chris Brown sold out that stadium twice. If I'm correct, that stadium has around 89,000 seats. If Kendrick sells out the stadium in Johannesburg, South Africa, leave that man alone. And that goes to everybody that just loves to hate for the sake of hating, and that goes out to anybody that loves to argue for the sake of arguing. Leave that man alone. You're making it look bad for yourself if you are talking crazy. Leave him alone. If he goes to Asia, there's no way he's going to turn this into a world tour. I don't believe it. It's a rumor what Music Diva said, but I'm gonna let that stay as a rumor. I don't think he's gonna do a world tour off of the GNX album. That's me personally. I don't think so.
And really bring East West together right now.
No, East West is together.
Here
Like,
you
no,
go,
like,
fumble in the pack.
I didn't fumble anything. I said the ingredients that I need for it to be a classic is missing one fucking piece,
What?
and that's longevity for me.
The fuck out of here.
Knock it off.
Like tvoff ain't gonna be playing, and fucking squabbleup ain't gonna be playing, and peekaboo ain't gonna be playing. What the fuck is you talking? And you ain't gonna be looking at the fucking halftime Super Bowl as one of the most important shits that fucking ever happened at a fucking Super Bowl in history.
Yes.
Where a black man got to talk about black America on the largest stage in the world and fucking send these white supremacist crackers into
okay,
a
all right,
fucking
okay.
tizzy. Like that shit ain't fucking legend.
It don't have to be the civil rights. Like, all I said was it's not a classic to me yet because of the longevity aspect, not because of what it didn't represent, not because of how it sounded, not because it's West Coast dominated, not because of none of that shit. I said I need.
Yeah, we heard enough, brother. We heard enough. And another reason why I think that this is it has to be considered a classic, and again, it may not be a classic to you per se, but there's people out there that call mixtapes classics. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that call fucking No Ceilings by Lil Wayne a classic.
Nah, screw that. The reason why the whole mixtape classic conversation is around is literally because of Lil Wayne and the mixtapes that he's dropped back then. The Drought series alone, a lot of people are saying 1, 2, and 3 of the Drought are classics. Me personally, the Drought 3 is a certified classic. Without a doubt, not even a lot of people, majority of people that love hip hop, that know about Wayne and the run that he was on back then, all can agree the Drought 3 was one of them ones that can never be done again. The Drought 3 just had too much on it, and that was a mixtape. Can we go back to the time when we used the mixtapes to help promo an album? Once upon a time, that was the formula. That was the purpose of having a mixtape. The mixtape, you put enough bangers on the mixtape to promote an upcoming album that you had in the tuck. So you would use the music to push the music as a strategy for your success. Can we go back to that time? Because back then it worked. Especially for Wayne, because he really loved his mixtapes. That used to work. I want that to happen again when you use quality music to promote quality music in the future. Can we go back to that? Can we go back to them times? That was great, if I'm going to be honest.
Lil Wayne was rapping his ass off. Lil Wayne is a huge influence on me. Anytime his name comes up, I always give him that credit. Was every song on No Ceilings great? No. You know what I'm saying? Was every song on Dedication 1 through 4 good? No. I know he has others beyond that. I don't even acknowledge those. You know what I'm saying? But some people say those mixtapes are classic. Some people say The Drought Is Over is classic. The Drought, you know what I'm saying? But is everything on the motherfucking tapes excellent? Fuck no. So, again, is this album going to stand the test of time? I believe it will. I believe the songs that stuck with people for this past year are going to continue to stick with people. You know what I'm saying? Do I think TV Off is something that I'm going to get tired of hearing? No. You know,
TV Off is pretty much solidified within the NFL. It's one of the perfect songs to be played for the NFL. So NFL is literally going to hold down TV Off for a while, if we're going to be real. Especially with all the success that's coming from Kendrick and the album. If the album wins Grammys, if TV Off wins Grammys, NFL is going to want to hold on to that song. For sure. Because I seen TV Off opt for some Grammys. We've seen what he's done at the Super Bowl. Let's not forget about the Super Bowl. When he held it down and displayed the game that's being played with the system. Let's not forget that. if tvoff wins Grammys, a lot of people are going to want to buy that song for their own programs. Because you got to remember, to use a song on your program, you got to purchase. That's not free. That's a purchase. Just think about that. Hey, Queen, you're also right about Mixtape Wheezy, too.
I'm saying? I'm not. Squabbleup? No. Right? So, I can't disagree. And this is coming from somebody who, honestly, I told y'all many times, I have GNX below numerous Kendrick albums. I have it below Mr. Morale. I have it below Good Kid, Mad City. I have it below Damn. And those albums are classics too. Mm-hmm. I have it below To Pimp a Butterfly. Right? It's just a testament to how good the nigga is at making music. You know what I mean? Did I think he would get to this point when I first heard him? Honestly, no. And I think that also is what makes me such a huge fan, is how tremendously he grew from the first time I heard him around the Kendrick Lamar EP era. You know, he was a good rapper. He had an interesting voice. He had a story that I gravitated to. But he wasn't the rapper that he became. Mm-hmm. And that also counts to me. So, you know, probably spark debates, but I'm with Ebro on this one, and I don't agree with Ebro too often. But let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all very soon. More content is on the way. And yeah, much love and respect to y'all, man. Be sure to hype it before you go. And I'm going to see y'all later. Peace.
Hey, bro. We appreciate you for the video on such a lovely day today. All right? It might be dark outside, but it's bright in here with all these lights. But you understand what I'm saying. Is it a classic? Yes. Yep. It's a classic. Let's be real.